I was supposed to do a review for Blade Trinity, but I'm kind of getting close to the wire here. I'm cutting it really damn close, and I'm not going to be able to finish in the time that I thought I wanted to. So I'm just going to free ball it, or free fall it, whatever the fucking term is. What is it, Fred, what's the term? Freestyle it. He says freestyle. I don't believe him, but whatever. I'm gonna call it free ball. I'm gonna free ball it real quick. Okay, so pretty much what I was gonna start with was, it's gonna be controversial to the Blade comic book loyalist out there. What isn't, to anybody? What isn't controversial opinion nowadays? But I was gonna say, we've all said shit, a hot take, an opinion that puts us all in this kind of position. Yeah, I know. You can't say things like that anymore. Imagine if we did things the internet's way, we'd all be waterboarded to death, or until you change your opinion. You would die an honorable death if you just stayed with your opinion. Like, no, I'm not changing it. That's very honorable of you. Most of us would change it because we don't want to die. Like, okay. I agree with you. Leave me alone now, please. Please. But here's my hot take. I believe that Blade Trinity is the best of the trilogy. Dang! I know. I'm sorry. If that upsets you, I understand. Completely, I understand. Right? Because I know that it is way different than the other two. And not to say that Blade 1 and 2 are terrible by any means. But there's something about the third one that I like the most. While the first kind of focused on the horror aspect of the comics, the third one was solely based around a bunch of the action, the non-stop action, the corny dialogue and all that. It kind of came with it. The comic relief, who is fucking, what's his name? Ryan Reynolds. It's understandable why people wouldn't like it. It's far different than the other two. But I like it very much. I just loved it. Okay? Like I said, it's not a shade at the other two. It just comes down to personal preference, and I just love Blade Trinity. It kind of reminds me of those movies from the earlier 2000s, that era, like when you would see X-Men, X-Men 2, Spider-Man, fucking Batman. Like those movies, there's a certain feeling that superhero movies don't have no more nowadays. And when you watch these older Marvel, DC films, like you just can't help but enjoy it and just see and feel that way that you felt back in the day.
Good kids love Snickers on Halloween. Let me help you.
It's weird and wild fun for the whole family.
So let's quickly get into this. So if you haven't seen it, Blade Trinity is, of course, about a group of elite vampires who want to try and resurrect the OG Dracula. Now, Dracula in this film isn't called Dracula. He's referred to as such, but his name is... And this is how you know they were trying to be hip and cool with this movie, because his name is Drake.
Drake? Drake?
Now, this is way before the Drake artists that we know now, but it's funny that they say Drake, because obviously Drake sounds way more cool than just Dracula. You could call him Drac. You could have called him Drac, right? Drax is the fucking guy, no, because that's the guy from that fucking other movie. But no, you know what I'm talking about though. So they resurrect him, right? Because they want to get rid of Blade, because Blade is just going around killing motherfuckers, killing all these vampires, right? Because he has this vendetta against them, because he knows the type of shit that they're capable of doing to the world. So the elite set him up, right? Instead of killing a vampire, Blade kills a human, and they record it. The FBI catches wind, they go all fucking crazy, and then they go out looking for him. So they raid the compound, kill Whistler in the process, and apprehend Blade at the same time. But it's not very long before the vampire elite show up to try to take control of Blade and bring him back to being a vampire, so they can obviously use him as a weapon. But not until Hannibal King and Abigail Whistler show up on the scene to free Blade. I know. I mean, who could have saw this coming? So they bust out of that joint, they head to the new compound, and he meets these group of other people who they call themselves, Night Stalkers? Like, bro, stop it, okay? That's like some AOL early fucking like email shit, you know, like Night Stalker 121 or Night Stalker 5150, that type of shit. And at the same time, the elite vampires, they go with their heads down back to their home base. Right. Dracula comes out and is like, yeah, I heard about your failures. You guys suck at doing this, all right? I'm the OG, all right? I've been around for fucking centuries. Let me handle this shit. So to make a long story short, Dracula gets involved. He lures them out of their lair, and he ends up going to it and killing them all, except for Hannibal King and kidnapping a little girl. Okay, and they take him back to the headquarters. And this is where the final showdown happens, all right? And this scene right here is top notch. It's pretty hardcore. They bust in there like they're LAPD, all right? Abigail is just shooting her fucking arrows everywhere, shooting all these motherfuckers, turning them into crisp, okay? And Blade is sitting there kicking them all and shit like that. It's fucking awesome. And at the same time, Hannibal King is sitting there getting his ass whooped by Triple H. I mean, have you seen Triple H in this movie? The dude is huge. I don't know if that's actual height for CGI, but if it's the actual height of Triple H compared to him, then that's fucking amazing. But anyway, the final showdown happens, all right? And it's between Blade and Drake. And let me tell you, man, they hold no punches, all right? And these dudes go hard on each other.
What?
Not like that. I mean with their swords.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
All right, you know what I mean. These dudes have a great showdown. Okay, and at the top, you see Abigail come down because she has the dart with the poison that would definitely kill Dracula. Because they can't behead him. They can't kill him in no way. This dude is invincible, I'm telling you. So she gets her shot. She's ready. And let's go. And what does he do? Dracula has some of the best fucking reflexes of all time in this movie. And he don't even look like a bat or a fucking werewolf. This dude looks like a fucking demon. Okay, the makeup artist, if it's makeup and not CGI, it's fucking amazing. Because this makeup on this dude looks great. But anyway, he catches the arrow mid-air, throws that shit on the ground, which is a big mistake. Because Blade is just laying there after being body slammed like 100 times. Blade picks it up, stabs him right in the abdomen, and breaks it inside. But the thing about that poison is it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like nuclear warfare. When that shit breaks inside and kills Drake, since he is the OG himself, it releases like this poison in the air and kills every single other vampire in its vicinity, or in the world. It should. The way they explain it, it's like the world. I don't think it's in the vicinity. But anyway, before Drake dies, he tells Blade a quick little quote, and it's pretty much telling him, you know what? You're the one. You're the fucking Dracula. You are the head honcho here, okay? And though you're a good guy right now, you're gonna need a feed, bro. Okay, like you're a vampire. You're gonna need a feed. So, you know, these people around you, they're gonna be safe for now, but eventually you're gonna be thirsty. And you're gonna need some blood. So in the end, Blade gets on a motorcycle and just drives off through the city into the sunset or whatever.
What are you going as?
A cannibal.
I ate the other little boy too.
Now I could have went into detail, but I don't want to make this video any longer than it should be. So let's start with the acting. Everybody did what they're supposed to. It was a good fucking movie, okay? Like, the Hollywood standards of action movies at this time, they were beginning to be what it is now. You know, it's kind of like the Thor treatment. You know how Thor 1 and 2 were more serious, but when Thor Ragnarok came around, they had to make Thor fucking goofy. You know, and they kind of did this with the third, with Blade Trinity. They kind of did the same thing. You know, they made it more playful, more stupid, or whatever, with non-stop action. But everybody played their part great. You know, nobody really fucked up. Everybody did what they were supposed to. It's what I expect from a comic book movie. The story was good. I like the story. I like the fact that they resurrected him because they had no choice. They had to get rid of Blade and nobody was a competitor. So why not bring Dracula to do it, right? And the guy who plays Dracula himself is a pretty badass too, man. That dude is hard. All right, that dude is hardcore. Okay, I think he was on fucking Prison Break or whatever. I never seen that show, but he does a great fucking job in this movie. He was on Gravediggers though. or Gravediggers, is that what it's called? Gravediggers, the fucking horror movie. That movie's fucking crazy too, but whatever. I'm getting off topic. The special effects, the makeup, they did pretty good. Like I said, the practical effects on Dracula are fucking amazing. Okay, obviously you can see there's a lot of CGI, a lot of fake explosions or whatever. But the choreograph of them fighting, it's corny as fuck. But I love that type of shit. That's what I love about action movies, is the corniness. If you're gonna jump on the wall and do a backflip, cool. You know, because nobody can do that in real life. Well, there's some people who could. But you can't really do a flip and kick somebody. Like, come on now. Like, that's nearly impossible. And that's what I love about fake action movies, is that type of shit. But in the end, it's hardly a hot take, I think. You know, it's just a difference in opinion. It's not even a big deal, I don't think. But, you know, everybody has their... Every group has a loyalty base. You know, there's a bunch of loyalists for a lot of things. And so I'd understand if somebody was like, well, you're fucking tripping. I get it, you know. And I am sometimes, you know. I'm not all there in the head sometimes. And I mean, what can you do? All right, I have major ADD. I barely graduated high school. What do you want me to tell you? So I'm gonna have to give this movie a 3 out of 5 stars, just because it's average from a moviegoer's perspective. But if you have a certain interest in like non-stop action, or fucking like, you know, it just gives you that nostalgia feeling, of course, it's gonna be higher. But that'll be it. I know this is different. I'm hoping next week when I do a video, it'll be the Halloween weekend, I think, I don't know. I don't even know what day I'm in. But I want to thank y'all very much for checking out the video. Let me know what you guys think at the bottom of my opinion. It's cool if you disagree. You know, it's cool if you agree. You know, we all live on this fucking planet. Okay, we're all being fucked here by the government and everything. Okay, so we're all cool. We're all cool. So thank y'all very much. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, to like and share this with the village people. Tell them there's a dude on YouTube who only has 30 subscribers and he needs help. He is starving out there. But no, man, in all sincerity, thank y'all very much for checking out the video, and I'll catch you on the next one. All right, deuce.